Hello everyone, it's your host, Get Good Fox, and well, haven't had to do this in a while. Patch notes for State of Decay 2 Update 30 Forever Communities. Apparently, their support website is down. That'd be the main website, so we're going to read it off of Steam instead. So, Update 30, Forever Communities. Oh, I should quickly say that the update does not roll out evenly for everyone. So if you're reading this and it hasn't appeared for you yet, just give it some time. It doesn't roll out at the exact same time for everyone. So the Forever Communities update is here. We've added the ability to continue playing with community after you complete a legacy. What that means is when you beat the game, you don't have to end your community. You can still do that, or you can keep playing. Characters in your legacy pool can now be recruited to active communities via radio menu. Rather expensive at 1,200 influence, but yeah, you can recruit people directly out of your community. This allows you to fine-tune your community because now you can get very specific skills that you found. It also means there is a way to transfer items through your community without the assistance of another player or another account if you're using both at the same time. You now have the option to move directly into the home site of your choice when changing maps. The supply locker now supports sorting by type, value, name, and allows you to salvage almost everything. Admittedly, not everything that you salvage is worth it. Like, there are a strong painkiller is only worth a few parts, but backpacks actually are worth a decent amount of parts. With these new features come new save slots. We now support 5 save slots, up from the original 3. And that's just the headliners. Keep reading to learn more. So, Forever Communities. When completing a legacy, you now have the option to continue playing with the same community. You can either disband your community or continue playing after completing a legacy. Before continuing on with your community, you can choose to send individual characters to the legacy pool. Those survivors will remain in the pool and will not be included in your community. And yes, you keep your supply locker contents when continuing a community. Big thing I want to tell you, because I made this mistake, if you beat the game and you quickly just hit disband community, that is going to delete all of your characters. You have to manually add everyone you want into your legacy bank and then disband the community. I assumed it would be like the original version where you would just hit disband and everyone would by default be added to the legacy pool, so don't do that. Legacy recruitment. Your legacy pool is now more accessible than ever. Legacy recruitment is here. We've added the ability to recruit survivors from your legacy pool into current communities. Check your radio menu. Once again, 1,200 influence to do it. Survivors can now be sent to the legacy pool at any time. Mark them from the community screen and then talk to the marked survivor to send them away. Survivors sent to the legacy pool take their current items with them. Once again, gives you a way to transfer characters. Also, if you are farming for characters like a super waifu cafeteria squad, for example, you don't have to beat the game anymore. You just have to start a new game, see if they have the appropriate characteristic, in this case, meal plan, and then just bam, send them on their way. I do recommend capturing the first base, though. I have tried it just not even taking the first base and it crashed the game. Maybe they fixed it, but it's much faster than beating the game. Refresh Legacy Pool. We've redesigned the Legacy Pool menu to ease navigation and display more information about your survivors. Mark your favorite survivors to find them more easily. The legacy pool now includes filtering by name and leader type and community skill, legacy count, and favorites. Survivor inventories are now visible in the legacy pool. Select a survivor from the legacy pool to view their details. Now you can find your favorite where your favorite weapons are hiding. I don't think they sort by hero bonus, though, which is unfortunate since hero bonuses are extremely powerful. Supply locker improvements. We know long-term communities can overflow with loot, so we took a swing at improving the supply locker. The supply locker can now be filtered by name, category, value, and recently added. Recently added, surprisingly useful if you are just swapping a particular weapon in between your characters. Facility mods, ranged weapon mods, and close combat weapons now stacked to 99 makes it a lot cleaner. Salvage almost everything. Most items can now be broken down into parts. Go ahead and clean house. Moving maps and starting new communities. Oh, one thing to point out. Remember when you salvage something, parts sell for 1 influence? So if you can scrap something for a greater value than it sells, then just scrap them. It's a pretty good idea. Moving maps and starting a new community. We've added quality of life improvements to map moving and starting new communities. Accidentally skip the perfect survivor when making a new community. Not anymore. We now remember the 2 previous rolled characters in the selection screen. What they're talking about is when you're flipping through new characters on a random community members for a new playthrough. If you flip past 1 or 2, you can actually backtrack up to 2 characters, but if you go to a 3rd one, then it will forget 1. So, gives you a little bit of room for error. You now have the option to move directly into the base of your choice when moving to an existing community to a new map for a price. Yeah, I believe that would be it. It's depicting it right here, the ability to pick your starting base. We've added the ability to reset your map without changing difficulty. Quality of life improvements. We've also continued to our quest to make State of Decay 2 more fun in all sorts of ways with every single update. Check out the tweaks to the improvements below. Environment. We improved a number of interior lighting issues. You can no longer walk through the shipping containers by the banana yellow fuel tank. Believe it or not, we do respect the laws of physics in the game. We fixed a variety of bugs that involve items floating in the air when they should be firmly on the ground, primarily trees and rocks. I've seen the trees a time or two. Gameplay. Items dropped on vehicles no longer float in place when the vehicle drives away. Zombies can now see through chain link fences. Well, let someone take over. Option now appears in all safe house outposts. We removed the exploit that allowed sieges to be avoided via character switching at outposts. That said, if you're sad about that, you can still trigger the siege and drive away. You just can't trigger the siege from any distance by swapping at an outpost. User interface. We added proper Red Talon badging to all items unlocked while playing Daybreak. The backyard BBQ pit in Trumbull Valley's farmland compound no longer has a placeholder icon. Removed some erroneous decimals from landmark outpost strategy selection screen. Bases and facilities. Survivors are now capable of occupying the scout tower in the Prescott Fire Station. Missions. During the mysterious broadcast mission, if you kill the ex-Red Talon soldier, we no longer hide the location of the hostile enclave that spawns. Trumbull Valley specific mission arcs should no longer repeat for communities who have previously played through them. That's interesting. We added some safeguards to protect missions against the case where you find a mission-critical item and then lose it before knowing its significance. The issue is most frequently encountered in the Wilkerson missions for Trumbull Valley. We made it harder to accidentally cancel the final legacy mission by adding a hold to confirm option. Oh, I've done that before. That's a good improvement. We fixed... now they just need to add it to threaten an enclave. Add it to threaten an enclave. We fixed a bounty description for the police sniper rifle. Text now accurately states that you must kill zombies silently while crouched. Took some feedback from RD and improved one of our loading screen hints about play guards. Jeffrey decided to add a new trait, wrote a viral tweet. He requested forgiveness for his presumptuousness. We'll think about it. The game should no longer crash when using character recovered from our previous legacy arc crash. Due to the nature of this issue, we had to clear the inventory of these characters. Please reach out to support.stavedecay.com with any concerns. And that looks like it. So let me check mine right over here. And to me, it looks like... Oh, that's the wrong thing. Wrong window there. So it looks like for me... the update's not available yet. So, like I said, it's not available everywhere all at the same time. So if you're listening to this and you don't have an update, don't panic. It just takes a moment. Anyways, let me know what you think down in the comment section. Are you excited about Update 30? I get the impression most people are. What are you planning to do with your powers in the new update? Are you going to create a super community? Are you going to start transferring items? What do you plan to take advantage with the forever communities? And also take note, this seems to have nothing to do with infestation, so the infestation update is still over the horizon. Anyways, that is the news for today. Let me know what you think down in the comment section. Like the video if it was entertaining. Subscribe for future State of Decay 2 content. Remember, you can get more State of Decay 2 content on my Twitch channel. That's right. Almost every day, 2 to 4 hours, nearly every day, just not on Friday or Saturday. And also, you can catch me on Discord, where you can ask me any questions about State of Decay 2, so that you can get good and become whatever kind of player you'd like to be. Anyways, see you next time. Remember that you don't have to be good to get good.